My name is Girhammar. I've been everything from creative director to editorial director to programmer to anything you imaginable in the creative field. Right now, I'm the co-creative director of an agency in New York, Berlin, and London called MD70. I run a magazine called Pop in London. And in the past, I've done everything from directed movies to starting agencies to launching companies to being a musician to running parties to all kinds of things. That's what everyone always asks. Or needs to know. What are you best at? And I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It's the mix of all that I'm good at. The way that I function and things I find interesting and the way that I work as being someone who's a little bit good at everything, meaning I'm a generalist, would not work 15 years ago. I would not be where I am today if I lived 15 years ago, because that was in the age of the specialist, where it was where the power or the decision making was in the hands of someone who was, best at what they do, studied for a long time, and they're very good at a narrow field. Today, it's changed. Today, we are living in a world where the generalist, the one who can overview lots of things, business-wise, creative-wise, media-wise, that person is rewarded and in charge these days. Yeah, it's quite funny the way, or a way to sort of show the difference is to look at my father, who is a professor and the world's foremost expert in a type of structured wood. It's limterbalkar in Swedish. He's the one person on earth that knows that subject best, but it's so narrow, it's so like specific that he has a very narrow little field where he can operate, where he can do things. I'm the opposite of that. I'm a total generalist who has doesn't do what he studied to do. And does everything else, basically. The development has happened because we have, because the tools of producing has been put in the hands of the consumer. And that means that everyone is able to do things. And it also means that you don't have to be a specialist in order to do something. You can actually quite easily get into something. You can produce a movie, or you can do music without actually needing to be a special, really being special, have special knowledge in the subject. Media in different formats access so many parts of our life now that it's necessary for all things to fit together. If you want to reach a consumer today, you need to have a holistic approach to what it is that you do to meet them. What you have to keep in mind is what we're talking about. It's not specifically, we're talking about media and we're talking about communication and anyone involved in those art forms, creative art forms. Not so much about, if you take away all the university subjects and the things which actually where you need to be a specialist to advance. So anyone who wants to advance in as doctors or as specifically economists or something like that, then they need that doesn't pertain to this world. This world is the media world, and that's the world I'm talking about. The world who expresses themselves creatively. What's happened in that world is that the craft is no longer necessary. The craft of writing, or the craft of making art, or the craft of the musician is gone. Substance doesn't matter anymore. Basically, it's all about the association of something. If something is associated to be important or to be good, or to add value to someone, then people will love it and buy it and wear it, and it's all about the sound bite. If you're a brand, it's all about creating the lure of something, of luxury, of coolness, And you do that by associating it with something else, which is already considered to be cool. And then you communicate that. No, I'm saying that being a generalist, I mean, it turns into something that's good for me, but I'm not necessarily thinking that's a good thing for society. Because we get people who are just interested in doing what I'm doing in media, which is in some ways very unproductive. It doesn't help society, it doesn't bring us forward, it doesn't do anything other than just create small sound bites, and it's about communication and being creative. But they're very, it's very vague concepts. So it's not at all specifically anything that helps us. And I'm just worried that that's what everyone wants to be involved with. I'd rather have all people, you know, thinking that, oh, I want to become a scientist, or I want to become a philosopher, or I want to become, a specialist in different areas. I think everyone, for some reason, wants to be part of this world in some ways. I mean, it seems like it's hard to find anyone who actually doesn't have a goal to be working in, you know, fashion or music or television or all those sort of glamorous see me vocations. And that kind of worries me, you know, to a great extent, because that world can't fit all the people who want to be in it. So I hope that I can become a dying breed, but I am not.